And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, Oceania DLC, with the hard Arctic class planet we got here. We're on round 168 at this point, with 10 decisions awaiting us. As we kind of expected last one, we accidentally, 2 parts ago, pissed everyone off for declaring war on someone. It hasn't recovered everywhere, so anything related to happiness is gonna fail. Good to see we discovered heavy combat armor. That'll be a nice improvement to potentially pass out. Policy speech. Industry, BP. Tell me what the current BP is. Get 3, actually about 250 more BP. We're currently constructing 2 bureaucratic offices. Yes. I don't think this is kicked in yet. So let's actually go with the bureaucratic. Well, yeah, let's go with the bureaucratic office 1. Don't necessarily want to actually commit to any of these because they're, from a profile standpoint, they're not what we're going for. But the bureaucratic office is probably the easiest one to do, so we'll accept that.
Sir, yes, sir.
Ecotech. I think we worked out we probably want to go methane. Yeah, because we haven't picked up any of the automation techs yet. Nuclear plant would be what we probably want to pick up for the bomb, I suppose. If we wanted to try dashing off to the ICBMs, for example. But we're gonna have to get propulsion to get the ICBMs, so we want 4 from this anyway. So yeah, let's pick up methane so that'll help us with the fuel situation.
Yes, sir.
Help us scale up fuel. We got monies. We'll calm them down with the diplomatic option, the diplomacy option, not the democratic option. Let's see if I can. Always want to call it diplomacy. It sort of, to some degree, is the diplomacy option because you're agreeing to their demands. Sell the IP. Commanders. We got 3 commanders. It doesn't really matter where we put them.
Roger that.
So we'll just go ahead and appoint our 3 unassigned people to command.
Received.
And again, from construction standpoint, everything is proceeding at current speed. We're not going to necessarily queue up into the brigadier office right away. A lot of stuff is going to finish next turn. And we can see the petrol is actually positive at this point. If we start driving across the plains with our motorized units, though, it won't be. Come look at the motorized here. The motorized... Yeah, the motorized probably burn something like 60 fuel each per turn of active movement. And the armored cars are another 80-something. Yeah, we're probably looking at... We can blow through the entire positive production right now. So we do still want some more petrol. Or at least some more petrol stockpile for the war. A little interesting. Do I not? I have a truck station here. Surprised we're not getting a lot of action points here. Oh, I just needed to update it. It looks better after updating. For some reason, the thing wasn't updating to be accurate. Oh, you probably have enough. Now let's. We don't have enough apparently to get there too. Just short because we have an emigration out of this location.
Order acknowledged.
But next turn, unless, well, if we have the same level of immigration outside, we'll still complete it. So yeah, there I'm getting out to Quartz Flats, which is where we're recruiting them as colonists to send them migration people. Okay. Group move there, strategic move this one. We're gonna want at least one more for that gap area. Start running guys down that road. May want another one over here. To be fair, I might want to actually just rail and put a truck station or something over here. A glacier. Yeah, we'll bite the bullet and do that. Truck station. Railhead. And then we'll go rail all the way back to the existing rail. It might have been one of the scenarios where we could have gotten away with a supply base instead, I suppose. But I think this for simply just dashing north is going to be a little bit on the stronger side. And then we want brigade there, yeah. Group move to there, strategic move. Okay, we're almost with some over there, so I think we'll actually push the 3rd Division over there. North side first? Yeah, north side first. And then, yeah, still want the full 4. Probably want to, well, we want to raise more brigades at some point. Let's see, what do we got left in the SHQ? We do have enough for another unit, at least. Infantry, whoops, not the siege. At some point we want make a motorized or mechanized version of the siege, but not right now. And then we'll do this. So we'll use what's in the SHQ, and we'll raise the rocket launchers that we need to fill it out. And we'll just off the hex so they're easier to move later. And obviously we'll need a commander for them, so we'll come quickly grab one military commander. We're getting scrap card lines. Feeling chief. We are heart, so we'll go ahead and actually grab that guy right now. Okay, faction, or personnel. Lowest happiness personnel. Lowest happiness personnel is at least above 50. Okay, we're gonna care less about the personal opinions improving. In the meantime, we do have a decent amount of money. One thing we've been holding off trying to raise zone opinion with was throwing money at the zones. So, capital zone, could probably use a little bit more, but it's fine. You could use a little bit more, but you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. The warrior's a little bit unhappy, but otherwise fine. Fine. Okay, so let's improve the workers here first. We're gonna call up, we're not call up, strat card the zone. We'll do 5k to the population. Oh, actually, no, that zone's probably going to a little bit more. We'll splurge and give them the full 2k. There we go. That's them above 50. And then it was you. You didn't need much. And apparently we're at food stockpile. I could sell food. We'll sell metal. And machine parts.
Yes, sir.
We get some credits, and we've got stuff to carry the deficit, the turn deficit. This unit's gonna go around and fill up these 4 spots, and then we just want the one down south. Probably want one to come here, and we'll sort of shimmy one. Well, actually, let's shimmy this one down. So we'll shimmy down, and we'll shimmy up and take the top position, just above the road. And this will shimmy up, and the other one will take the position below the road. And I think that's good enough. The four here, I think, will be good enough here. We might want to grab some mobile units at some point, but that's more petrol, which is why we need to solve the petrol problems. How much waste food did we have? 2,000 waste food. Okay. I can definitely splurge a little bit more with biofuel.
Yes.
Are we done with the... Oh, we'll be done next turn. And then the deep core is still coming along. And then, yeah. So we're still trying to wait for the main zone here to improve a little bit more before we start playing with the slave trader again. Oh, and we can do some diplomacy cards. We got friendship with them. They need more opinion of us. Though, even if we get the opinion high enough, they're probably not open. Doing what we want. Yeah, they're not even open to being sent money. So let's not contemplate doing stuff with them. These guys, on the other hand, got the friendship pact. We have trade. That scientific corporation is not going to be enough to play. Or the embassy. Okay, so they've probably had an election. Their party has changed. Okay. That's fair. And we're still... It hasn't been long enough, so I'm not even sure why I'm going to go check, but we're waiting for the staff council to give us... Oh, that's military. Staff council, one above that. Give us grenadier infantry, and then we'll start swapping the units over... the vote units over to be MG and RPG units, which are called grenadiers in the game. That will free up a bunch more infantry subunits that will make new brigades out of. So I'm not jumping right away to making more brigades right now. Because it's going to free up, for every field unit, it's going to free up one subunit, because that subunit is going to get replaced with an MG. Round 169, 10 decisions. We completed that goal. Completed that goal. So we got some promises completed to get some word up. You want to execute a relative. all these options have something that I don't want on them. We don't want mind. We wouldn't mind losing enforcement. We don't want fist. We don't really want to piss the leaders off anyway. I think we're going to go with the top option here. Just because even though I don't want enforcement, at least we kind of want heart. So we'll go with that option. Commerce. We're going to go... No, it's commerce efficiency or... Yeah, we'll do commerce merit. We don't really want the merit, but we'll take it. And I suppose we'll do Air Force Research Council here. So we'll probably put it on improving the airframes once we get turbojets going.
Okie dokie.
Copy that.
Could design a heavy tank. Let's go look at the blueprints for what the blueprint on the heavy tanks will be. New heavy tank blueprint. Again, this is mainly going to be for punching down at infantry, so we're going to want to stick the big howitzer on it. Because this is a heavy tank, we get the bigger engine. And yeah, you're seeing immediately the problems here is we don't really got the engine to support these things having armor. What about the polymer armor? Is that going to help? It helps a little bit. So yeah, it's looking like really to get tanks, get heavier tanks to work. Other than maybe getting a slightly bigger gun on them, we need to do some engine improvements first. So we're gonna skip on the heavy tanks because it's not worth in that configuration. And the type tree, right? Heavy tanks is just blocking tank destroyers and monitor tanks. I suppose it's technically blocking walkers. Have we actually? I think we've done walker on once. Okay, so that would actually be one argument maybe to do heavy tanks is then we could do walkers. Yeah. Okay, I just convinced myself we're gonna pick up a heavy tank. We're gonna do that design a heavy tank. It's not gonna be a great design a heavy tank, but we'll do it. That way we can get access to the walkers. Custom formation for the moment, no. No. Protests given to some of the demands. Major worker strike given to some of the demands. We're democracy. RPG guy. Camp 5. Oh, you're... You would be really good in this position. The only problem is I think you're going to be really good in charge of the Air Force design. So we're going to... I think the guy's actually not great at the job. Okay, we got this. The changes in word have helped our word score a bunch. We currently have no demands. Construction went along pretty well. Barracks is done. Bureaucrat office is done. Truck station is done. Radiation cleansing facility is done. Should start cleaning some radiation up over the next coming turns. Still in first. What I'm thinking of doing is we'll spend political power on private investment in an attempt to try to get some sales tax payouts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then we're going to sell some stuff because we need money. Metal, we got plenty of metal.
Yes, sir.
The rare earth is pretty poorly priced. We'll sell the machine parts.
Yes, sir.
That gives us some money for emergencies over the intern. Colonists. So with this, we should be able to dump enough in here to get you to level 2. I don't need to call you up, I just need to hit colonists and drop them. As workers, there you go.
Order acknowledged.
We did just give them security points, so they should be having a bit higher quality, zone quality going forward. Maybe a little bit of balance issues with some of these, but they'll be fine. Okay. SHQ, did I have any more in the SHQ? Did have a little bit more, but not what we want to send out. Don't have a whole brigade worth. Surplus troops, and the RPG is already accounted for somewhere. If the strategic deployment ever gets it to where it's going, I could probably go poking around. Probably what's happened is there's probably a brigade or a unit out here somewhere, like here, where it's crossing rocket launchers and actually got spare grunts to go back. So yeah, so that's actually 400 of the missing 600 to go out right there. That hex right there. That'll get better as this truck station gets built and improved. And then there's probably one guy somewhere that's just missing the 200 RPGs. Or there's units like here where we got like, oh, we got an extra grunt to go back. Oh, and there's one of the rocket launchers. So, okay, so it's probably in here. With the last one. Yeah, there's the guy. We'll move him back into green. That'll help a little bit. Okay. So it's there, and there where our remaining rocket launchers are to go out. And then we can group move them there to save a little bit of strategic movement capacity, and then we slide these guys down pretty much to there on the road. Can I get those both in the same screenshot? No. So we're going to have to do a little bit of up and down to get them where we're going. Okay. Anyway, we're waiting for Grenadiers. And we're trying to build out the petrol production, so after we get Grenadiers, we'll probably try to do a motorized or mechanized version of Grenadiers. We'll see. Well, you might not have the Oob, because I think that Oob is... The discovery of that Oob is behind Grenadiers. We might also see if we get Siege Grenadiers as well. Same sort of logic, just what we had before. So those would definitely want to be mechanized and motorized. We'll see. Biofuels going, deep core is going, we haven't invented synthetic or methane yet. Though we're working on methane. Okay, let's cycle that turn. And we're getting real close to where we're going to start the war. Round 170, we have 13 decisions, which mostly be probably easing the zones, I suspect. Incident with perceived cowardice. Yeah, this is gonna be scary. We want heart, so we punish the leader.
Yes,
Discipline the leader. You've been perceived to be a coward, so you be punished.
Okie dokie.
Give some subsidy. That's fine. New demands. Hold to Rommel hit 69. I want it to as well. Air Force Council. This is why we held on to the Cat 5 guy. He's already suitability 60, and he's gonna get better. So yeah, you got the job.
Yes, sir.
I think for you, we want you to do research. Less discovery. There's a little bit you can discover, right? So if we We developed turbojets, you can get vertical takeoff turbojets. I think this is also responsible for like Thopter design and stuff like that you can discover. Yeah, anything tagged with air. So not the AP stuff, but the air stuff over here you can find. So we'll definitely preference this towards research because we've got stuff to discover, but we're not super worried on the discovery on this one. Turboprop helicopter. I'm thinking we're wanting probably to pick up the helicopter at some point. We're going to run pretty rapidly hard into fuel issues, I think. Wait, we'll do helicopter anyway.
Copy that.
Ah, yes. Strikes. Give into some of the demands. Give into some of the demands. Give into some of the
Order
demands.
acknowledged.
Democracy, guys. This is democracy,
Order
right?
acknowledged. Okie dokie.
No one's using that one. Maritime. We're playing the Oceania DLC, so we have a maritime trading house, but we've got one ocean in a place that, well, we might actually be able to do something with that ocean. This is the other friendly nation. We've heard these guys aren't unfriendly, the guys we've got to attack. Just at this point, unless they're willing to do a victory pact, we have to attack them at some point, so I'm not going out of my way to make them happier. And the current party they've got in charge is not interested in our diplomacy. That may change. RNG may change that, but I'm not going out of my way to change it, at least for the moment. Private investment. We'll try improving the lesser zones with private investment. Don't expel population. Private investment on that zone.
Sir.
Then 900 credits. Not the end of the world. Not a lot, but not a little. Anyway, we're waiting mainly on construction at this point, so this will actually probably be a quick turn. Don't have a lot of movement to do. A little disappointment that those guys got delayed. Paid zilch. Why did you pay zilch? Paid zilch. Oh, I suppose it's based on logistics. So we had the units. Yes, HQ did some deliveries. Okay, so there was no logistics left to do the construction. That's what happened. Would have preferred the other way around, because the railhead for one would have helped with the logistics. But you know, the game thinks in interesting ways sometimes. And it's a petrol guy. Okay. So the other thing we could try building is I could technically build a more heavy industry. Yeah, we'll splurge and we'll pick up the heavy industry as well. The heavy industry will get real useful when we get access. Well, helicopters a little bit, but also battle dress. Battle dress requires machine parts. We got the Walker hydraulics, so we just need to pick up heavy combat armor. So it's heavy combat armor, battle dress into heavy battle dress. And we've picked up mining robotization, so that's not exactly what we want to do right now. All the mines produce more. I think that's mainly going to affect our ice mining, actually. Really the ones we want is the industrialization, the hydroponics, and the logistics. Because I don't think mining affects... Well, the mining might affect the scavenging, but I don't think it does. Let me just up to you to 2. Yeah. What is the administrative strain? Okay, quartz flats is gone. That's good to see. Iron thaw here has 21%. Capital's got 19%. Oh, I think we'll change which one this one's delegated to. We're gonna undelegate you and move you to ESO because you're closer to ESO. Actually, arguably this one's close enough to quartz flats. It should probably be controlled by quartz flats. So let's actually do that one. Zone borders. Oops. I'm gonna do the zone borders on the right side, otherwise when I do it, it'll add them the wrong way around. We don't need metal, but at some point we might want to build that metal mine up. Well, we don't need metal right now. Because we've got a lot of scrapping going on. The scrapping's not forever, and that's a decent mine. So we may want it at some point. Yeah, we can see there are light tanks. 50mm steel. They want their light tanks to actually be able to move, unlike our light tanks, which we've souped up as infantry support tanks. I think our guided RPG should not have a problem dealing with that. And the heavy ones that we'll get in a little while will definitely not have a problem with that. Where do I want to send the colonists? Actually, we'll dump them in here because we just passed over the supply base here, so to make sure there's enough workers. Yeah, that's overkill, but we'll do it anyway. And yeah, from quality of life, it should be fine. We dumped in the security, so okay, it could use more entertainment, it could use more education, but it'll be fine. Next turn, I think, or the colonists on the next turn, I think are going to go over here in Ramar Ruins. And one thing we might start doing with Ramar Ruins is tapping into some more of the scrap in the local area. Slowly leeching off of all the specialty ones would be a nice thing to do, I think. In fact, I'm going to take the moment, because I am doing this in real time, we're going to go ahead and expand the circle here, so it actually includes the entire ruin for the ruins. This isn't going to really lower administrative strain by very much, but it may make a little bit of a difference for the SHQ zone, which is otherwise in charge of the zone. There's no assets here, so it shouldn't actually affect administrative strain, but we're thinking of adding some, so best to nip that problem in the bud before it becomes one. Because there was a while in there while we were struggling quite a bit with administrative strain. Yeah, VP, we're still sitting around about 50% of the population on the planet. Could use more planets. Really planet that's holding us back from winning at this point. Okay, and the capital zone is happy enough. We are going to interact with the slave trader this turn. Actually, the way we're going to interact this... Oh. Slave trader is a little harder to intimidate. Okay, we're not going to intimidate the slave trader then. We'll buy some pop. 2,000 more people in the city. And we sold stuff this turn. We have not.
Yes, sir.
Get a pile of credits for selling some high-tech parts. And then let's cycle the turn. Round 171, 3 decisions. There's a guided RPG, so probably one of the questions will be what goes after the guided RPGs. Heart. We will discipline the leader for
Roger that, sir.
heart reasons. And the answer is heavy combat armor. So once heavy combat armor is done, we'll do a pass upgrading all the troops. Nimble fingers, grab some heart.
Sir.
I suppose the next thing to do is then go around and, yes, we pissed the leader off. And we pissed the leader off because he was being opposed to our values. But we do still want the leader to be reasonably happy. So we will attempt to improve his opinion.
Copy that. Copy that.
Okay, well, if he's not going to have his opinion change, then his opinion's not going to change. I suppose we do have...
Copy that.
That helped a bit.
Copy that.
Anyway, that one just doesn't want to have his opinion go up. Fine.
Standing
Gotta
by.
replace that courtesan. Says we can check to see... This guy also does look like a guy. And men can be targeted with the courtesan.
Copy that.
There we go. Okay, everyone still over 50 opinion. That's good to see. And staff council, we're about halfway done with the Grenadier. Oh, it's telling me the cost of obtain here is about 1,300 BP, it's saying. And at this point, we're about half done. About half done. Those guys are basically in position. With the improved supply, we probably want to put a brigade in that area. We got enough petrol, we will move the vehicles up. So we'll see how much the petrol goes down because we just did a bunch of vehicle movement there. But this way when the war starts, in fact, actually, this might be a good place to put a motorized unit in this short distance. We're going to try to encircle the city here. If we can cut the supply lines, I doubt the city has enough assets, industry-wise, to support its own defense. Most do not, is my experience. Gravimetric collector. So, Capital's got it. First major city, second major city. First colony does not, so you get a gravimetric collector. That'll help a little bit more with power. Oh, and I forgot in the middle of moving these guys over. Whoops. You have better interpart retention of activities. You probably were like, you forgot RPG unit on the way to its destination. They'll fill in the gap in here. I suppose the other thing is we didn't finish the truck stations. There's not a lot of logistics over here. Okay, let's, have I actually got the slave trader for the train?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, and I should play colonists. So you're level 3. I'm gonna get this up to level 3 as well. Send the 3,000 as workers. And we are gonna start to build out recycling. So each turn we're going to add a new recycling construction job. That way the workers have a job. That way as we send them in. We don't overload. Because really we kind of, if anything, we still want more people to be living here. In fact, this place is ready to level up to 3. Okay. We'll still expand the recyclers one at a time. This place might be leveling up next turn. We'll see. It is, I suppose we're going to jump to the next village, which is over here. Get everything up to 3 before we start adding more zones in. Your admin strain zone is strain is a little higher here because I think this one's far enough away it has some strain from it. I think we went down a little bit here, but it wouldn't have been much because we only moved those 2 off. Actually, still surprised this one has strain. Slay. And the capital's maybe not surprising. Capital's got the mine out here that it's responsible for. Okay, well, let's cycle the turn. Round 172, we have 2 decisions. Good, we did get that agreement complete. Discovered light armor grenadier. Did we finish grenadier then? Shouldn't have been, but you're asking for security cooperation. We'll agree. Getting town upgrade. Okay, so that was the 2 things. It wasn't what I was thinking about. Still looking. Town council is still going. And it's going pretty quickly. It's going 160. No, 150. So it's about 300 every 2 turns. So 4 turns left to go. We'll have a big flux of building, redesigning all the troops in those 4 turns. Construction-wise, still going terribly due to logistical issues, which is part of the reason we're doing the thing, is to fix the logistical issues. Who would have guessed? I'm going to check something here that I haven't checked before, and that is actually what I was worried about. Rail action points. We are so far down the rail line that we are actually out of rail. This is where we cross over to the land of no more rail. Okay. So that's why it's like, oh, I put a rail line in. Usually that fixes all the logistical issues. It usually does. Assuming you have enough action points left for the rail to do its thing. And rail's got a lot of action points, right? So we've gone 1 booster, 1 truck station. Probably thinking we really should have had a probably booster in here. So you're like, oh yeah, there's like 4 assets farther with the train than the trucks, but even the train does eventually run out of action points. One way to improve that is much like improving the truck station increases truck action points. Upgrading the rail station increases rail action points. Sadly, there's no There's no supply base equivalent for the rail station. So we'll go ahead and upgrade the rails. It's not going to make a big difference because it's going to add like 10 action points. So it's going to give us like 5 more hexes of range. Rail is a little bit more action point efficient per hex. 204. Yeah, so no, it's going to give us 2.5 hexes of range at full power, and stretch the maximum distance by like another 2.5 as well. So it'll make a difference. It's not necessarily game-changing or difference, but it's going to make a difference. Okay, colonist-wise, this is our destination. I'm going to start working to get this one up to 5k.
Yes, sir.
I don't need metal, otherwise we'd start expanding that metal mine. Okay, and here, a turn, we're going to build a scrap location. This will help, well, I suppose it'll help both the petrol and the metal, now that we need the metal. Construction. Those two are delayed a little bit by logistics. That's what's taking them a long time. New build. One turn in. New build. Iron thaw must have... Well, I think we'd had some bad rolls in the past, so it's delayed with the deep core gas extractor. And yeah, I think with the level 3 one in the capital, you know, we'll keep expanding the capital one. No, we can take it all the way up to 5. We are making enough fuel now, I think, and we're not too worried about fuel. Definitely not enough where I want to expand the biofuel.
Yes.
And we lost our recon plane. Let's go ahead and raise our replacement recon plane. And then also, while I'm thinking about it, we'll provide the airfield with a little bit of, you know, anti-air coverage, so it doesn't get... we don't have our airplanes splat on the airfield again. Flak. Don't think I have SAM yet. Yeah, no SAM yet. Could get some rockets, but that's not what we're interested in. Type. SAM launchers are behind missile launchers, okay. Yeah, that's why. And we haven't done missiles yet, so we probably want to grab missiles next military tech. Yeah, missiles is next military tech, so we'll do heavy combat armor, missiles. Maybe then we're done with missiles, we'll discover battle drones to do battle drones next. I let this episode go a little bit long, so if you're watching YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. We're going to record one more part tonight. I'm changing up the recording session with the recording schedule with the completion of Factorio. I suppose there's a little bit of spoilers because the completion technically wasn't streamed. But Factorio is done, so we're going to swap up the schedule from a 5-game, 5-day schedule to a 4-game, 4-day schedule. So we're going to be recording 4 parts each stream instead of 5. There was a couple days where I was ending up quite late, so I'm a little fatigued, basically using the shorter streams to recover a little bit. We'll pick up at the bottom of round 173 in the next part. So if you're watching YouTube, part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to mute the mic for a short period of time to sip a little bit of tea. Should hopefully be a shorter break than the last 2 breaks. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.